political storm is brewing in France, with the majority of citizens calling for a fresh start at the polls. The current government, led by Prime Minister François Bayrou, is facing an uncertain future, and the people are demanding change. Bayrou, a centrist, has taken a bold step by calling for a confidence vote on September 8th, which could potentially lead to the collapse of his minority government. This move has sent shockwaves through the country, with opposition parties ready to vote him out. But here's where it gets controversial. Recent opinion polls reveal that a significant portion of the French population, up to 2/3, not only want new parliamentary and presidential elections, but also desire the resignation of President Emmanuel Macron. The far-right National Rally, RN, has emerged as the preferred choice to lead the next government in one poll, although it falls short of a majority. This development has sparked a deeper sense of uncertainty and dissatisfaction within French politics, which has been characterized by fragmented parliaments and minority cabinets since Macron's re-election in 2022. Bayrou's surprise announcement has plunged France back into crisis, with a steep sell-off in its stocks and bonds. The main opposition parties have made their stance clear, stating they will vote against him, which almost certainly means the government's downfall. If the government falls, Macron has two options: appoint a new prime minister immediately or call for snap parliamentary elections. Some opposition figures are even calling for Macron's resignation. However, Macron has made his position clear, stating he does not want a snap election and has no intention of resigning. Macron's previous prime minister, Michel Barnier, faced a similar situation in late 2024, losing a no-confidence vote over the budget just 3 months into his term. This highlights the challenges Macron has faced in governing with a fragmented parliament. Separate surveys by IFOP, ILAB, and Taluna Harris Interactive pollsters all show a strong desire for new elections, with percentages ranging from 56% to 69% in favor of snap parliamentary elections. These polls also indicate that a majority of French citizens want Macron to resign if Bayrou loses the confidence vote. The Taluna Harris Interactive poll for RTL reveals an interesting preference. 41% of respondents would like the RN to lead the next government, the highest score for any party, although it doesn't constitute a majority. Additionally, 59% are against having an RN prime minister. The second highest preference, at 38%, is for the next prime minister to be someone outside the realm of career politicians. It's important to note that not all polls ask the same questions, which can lead to varying interpretations of the data. Morgan Stanley analysts have warned that, regardless of whether Macron appoints a new prime minister or calls for elections, a prolonged period of uncertainty is likely. There is no guarantee that any new prime minister would be able to pass the budget, especially with the current political landscape. Bayrou has proposed a significant budget squeeze of 44 billion euros to tackle France's deficit, which stood at 5.8% of gross domestic product last year, nearly double the EU's official limit. His plan includes scrapping 2 public holidays and freezing most public spending. Opposition parties agree that France's deficit and debt are too high, but disagree with Bayrou's proposed solutions. The left wants to focus more on the wealthy, while the far right aims to target migration policies. As we approach the local elections in March 2026, the situation is likely to become even more complicated, with each political group pushing their own agenda to gain voter support. Macron, a political outsider when first elected in 2017, promised to break the right-left divide and modernize France's economy with growth-friendly reforms. However, successive crises, including protests, COVID-19, and runaway inflation, have shown that he has been unable to curb the country's overspending habits. The situation is far from resolved, with protests planned for September 10th, just 2 days after the confidence vote. Various groups with different aims, backed by leftist parties and some unions, are calling for action. The future of French politics hangs in the balance, and the outcome of these events will shape the country's direction for years to come.